Hey y'all, it's me again. Just gonna go over the current deck I'm running. It's kind of like the Golem-Town deck I put up a couple weeks ago, but I modified it, made it more consistent and better. So I'll start off with 3 Grinder Golems, 3000 attack monster. You special summon on your opponent's side, and you get 2/0/0 tokens on your side of the field in attack mode. But then we just take the 3000 attack monster back with either Owner's Seal or Remove Brainwashing. It's one of the key parts of the deck. It's also a dark, it's also level 8, so it works well with Trade-In and Aware of Darkness. Next we have everyone's favorite Thunder King Ryo. Messes with a lot of decks, gadgets, messes with Herald of Perfection. It's going to mess with, what are they called? 6Ms. Any card that adds to the hand from the deck. It's going to mess with. Additionally, it stops synchros, and it's a 1900 beat stick. All around good card. Next is Volcanic Queen, and it's probably one of the all-stars of the deck. I can't really say enough about this card. If you have Removed Brainwashing on the field, which is a continuous trap card, and your opponent has, say, their most powerful monster, all you do is you drop Volcanic Queen on it, and then you get Volcanic Queen back. So, I mean, it's not a 1-for-1 because you're keeping the card. So I guess I don't know if you consider that a +1 since you're negging them and you're not losing anything. But yeah, Volcanic Queen is awesome. I love it. During the end phase, you either tribute a monster to burn your opponent for 1000, or you take 1000 yourself. So you can't tribute yourself either. So. Really good card in this deck. You take her back with Owner's Seal and Remove Brainwashing. Next is Breaker. I had 2 Kaiku in here. I like Breaker more. I like the 1900 attack more than the 1800, obviously, and I like the ability to knock out spells and traps. I would probably side into the Kaikus for a Frog Monarch matchup, or other matchups that don't run as many back row, but rely on the graveyard, just like Frog Monarchs do, or Fish OTK using the frogs. So that is one side option you could use. Next, Raikou, everyone's favorite light monster. You set it, destroy a card on the field, mill, good stuff. And you're milling because I am running Chaos Sorcerer, Darks. All these cards down here are dark, and then we have our 2 Raikous and 3 Thunder Kings for the light requirement. Just a great card. One of the boss monsters of the deck. It makes it to where you don't 100% have to rely on the Owner's Seal shenanigans. And it's just a powerful card. So next is Lava Golem. Like Volcanic Queen, you tribute your opponent's monsters, special summon it. Unlike our Volcanic Queen, though, it requires 2, so it's a little bit less useful, but still pretty good. Additionally, it's level 8, so we can use it with Trade-In if we don't need it at the moment we get it. Next is Plague Spreader. It opens up the tuners, the synchros to us. A lot of the times when you run in the deck, if you have, Remove Brainwashing on the field, and you have an Owner's Seal and another Remove Brainwashing, those are dead. So, I mean, you just pitch them for Brionac, which is easy to summon with Plague Spreader because we have enough level 4s. We also have level 8s that open to us via Volcanic Queen and Chaos Sorcerer, and also manipulates the graveyard for Dark Arm Dragon. Next we have Spirit Reaper, great dark card, good to camp on until you gain what you need in your hand. Next is Caius. Badass card. Not much more you can say about Caius. You can, special summon a Grinder Golem. You get the token on your side of the field, and you can still tribute summon. You just can't normal summon or set. So you can tribute summon that token for a Caius. Just gain more advantage off of that. And then, Dark Arm Dragon. Everyone knows what it does. Great card. You can manipulate the graveyard in a few different ways. Chaos Sorcerer, Plague Spreader, Raikou, and on top of that we have cards like Monster Reborn that just pluck stuff out. So those are the monsters, and we'll move on to the spells and traps. Alright, now we have our trap lineup. It's pretty standard, aside from Owner Seal. We have 2 Book of Moon, too good not to run at least 2 in any deck. Any deck I've ever tried without Book of Moon, I always find it thinking, oh man, I'd really like to have Book of Moon right now. So I main 2. Next is Owner Seal. It returns control of all cards on the field to the original owner. So for our Volcanic Queen, Lava Golem, Grounder Golem shenanigans, it's a 1-turn solution to that problem. Play it from your hand. Used to run 3, now down to 2. It's working really good at 2. Next is Trade-In. I like to have 3 targets per trade-in. So I only run 4 level 8 monsters, so I'm only going to run 1 trade-in. I feel like 2 would be too much, so the 1 trade-in has been good so far. Next we have our good old Gold Sarcophagus. This would be a Pot of Duality if I had one at the moment, but right now I don't. So Gold Sarcophagus lets me search out missing combo pieces, a dad if I have the right cards early enough in the game. So good card. Next is MST, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but every time, it seems like one of the quote-unquote pro Yu-Gi tubers, and don't get me started on people who think they're pro on YouTube, like seriously, get over yourselves. One of them says something and it seems like it trickles down through all the other channels. Everyone's like, oh, well now you run 2 MSTs, now you run 2 MSTs. When like at the beginning of the format everyone was running 1, and now all of a sudden it's magical to run 2, whatever. Play what works for your deck. I have enough destruction with Raikou and Breaker and stuff like that, so I'm running 1, and I like it at 1. Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Trunade, and Allure. We have definitely enough dark targets to make that so. Quick look over the spells, and on to the traps. Alright, finally onto the traps. First we have Remove Brainwashing. It returns control of all monsters on the field to the original owner, and it's continuous. I tried playing with 2, I just wasn't getting it consistently enough, so it has to be at 3. Granted, if you have one on the field, anyone you draw after that's going to be dead. Any Owner Seal you're going to draw after that's going to be dead, so pitch for Brio, food, or just kind of roll with it. It's one of the cons of playing the deck, but it really doesn't hinder you as much as you may think it would. Next is Bottomless Trap Hole. These would be Solemn Warnings if I had them. I don't, so Bottomless Trap Hole. I know it doesn't do the same job, but it's still it's a good alternative for it. Next is Nightmare Archfiends. You trip root 1 monster on your side of the field, and you give your opponent 3 2000 attack, 2000 defense, level 6 Fiend tokens. And with Owner Seal or Remove Brainwashing, you get pretty much 3 2000 attack, 2000 defense tokens back to your side of the field. So, huge plays can be made. You can sacrifice the Grounder Golem tokens. You can sacrifice a Raikou that's used a Breaker that's already used his effect. That's just a 1600 monster out there. So many plays. A lot of people don't expect this. So you could pull out a Grounder Golem and one of these on the same turn, and that's 9,000 damage if they can't stop it. It's game. So next we have Torrential. A lot of people are overextending these days. I've noticed plants and other decks, so I'm really liking this deck. Fish FTK, let them do their what they think is going to be their big explosion, then flip this over and hope they don't have a 7 tools or something to stop it. But still, it's good to have a feeling it'll do some good things against 6 Sams as well. Next is 1/7 tools, and yes, I play damage cards. I trade min cards. That's how you guys would probably do it too, but that's how I do. Just 1/7 tools stops their solemn judgment and warning. Stops a lot of traps that could really put a hindrance on you. So I like to have 1, and then just 1 solemn judgment at the very end, and that's the deck. 40 cards.